the whole board and that's good. Okay, bismillah. Okay, folks, welcome back to another lesson with my GCSE group. Today we're looking at another GCSE higher topic, rearranging equations, and we're going to do it in a way that hopefully we'll demystify this particular topic, because it's a topic that a lot of students get stuck with. Now let's start off first of all with some basic rules, basic house rules. If you follow these basic house rules, inshallah you'll get all the questions correct. Whether they have 1 step, 2, 3, 4 or 5 or 6 steps in it, as long as we follow these nice basic rules, inshallah we should get the right answer every time. Now, okay, let's have a look at the first rule. Number 1, okay, we have always start at the letter you've been told to make the subject. Okay, so the letter they told you to make the subject, whether it's A or an X or an M or a D, you start by looking at that part first. Then it goes read and identify the actions, very important. We read the equation from the letter they've told you to make the subject and see what's being done to it. What was the first action done to it, second, third, fourth and so on. So read and identify. Identify I mean by numbering it. So you have to label it up. The last part is solve. Now that we've read the equation properly from the letter indicated, we have numbered the different actions. It's been timed by 2 first, for example, then added by 3. First action, second action. Then we do solve. We solve by starting by moving the last action first. So we solve in reverse order. So if we have action 1, 2 and 3, we solve by moving action 3 first, then action 2 and then lastly action 1. That's what we mean by that. Okay, let's get started with some of these questions over here. So in this particular question, we've been told to make X the subject. We're starting off something nice and straightforward. So I'm going to put a line down here. I'm going to write down start for each question. I'm going to follow the rules. The rule goes always start at the letter you've been given. We have to make X the subject and start by looking at X. So Hamza, what has been done to the X? X has been added by 4. Okay, it's been added by 4. So we have now we have read the equation and identified, Umar, the first action. That's the first thing that was done to the X. Are there any other actions, Najma? No. Okay, now we're starting with a nice simple question just to get the rules, get everybody understanding what we're doing. So the opposite, now we've got to solve by, so we've done this, we have to solve now by moving. There's only one action to move. We have to move it. We have to move that one. So the opposite of adding 4 is? Minus 4. Now one thing the students sometimes don't realize or they forget, we've been told to rearrange. They think, oh well, I didn't get a numerical answer. You're not meant to get a numerical answer. Here we've gone from one equation to another equation. It's a statement that we're making here. Okay, we're happy with that, Hamza? So in this first question, y equals x plus 4, we made x the subject, x is equal to y minus 4. So it doesn't matter that we've written it back to front, but that's how we arrange the question. X stays there, the equal stays there, the plus 4 goes from the right to the left, is there. Done. Okay, so we're moving on to the next question over here. We have to, in this question, make B the subject. So where do we start? We start at the
10.
B. Okay. The question, rule 1 says always start at the letter you've been told to make the subject. B is the subject. So, Hamza, can you identify for me what is the first thing that was done to the B?
Timed by 7.
The B was timed by 7. I'm going to label this the first action. Okay, Mr. Saf. So B was first of all multiplied by 7. What was done next to the B? It's timed by 7 and then it was?
Plus 10.
Plus 10. Now, Samia, how many actions do we have altogether in this particular question? 2. We label it first action, second action. So Najma, which action do I move first? Do I move the first action first or do I move the last action first? The last action first. Well done. So we grab the plus 10 and we take it to the other side. It becomes a?
Minus 10.
So we have now a minus 10 is equal